Everyone, welcome back, and today we're going to be discussing the new release of information from YouTube pertaining to um, made for children videos. I know that this is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people because of their current contents on their videos. So what we're going to do is kind of just go over a couple of things, but mainly to find resolutions or loopholes pertaining to that new ruling that they have. Number one, there's a lot of information about this topic on YouTube and of course online. But the main thing that I noticed, that's why I'm doing this video, is that a lot of the information that you will receive about COPPA or this new standard for YouTube is that they're just talking about why YouTube is doing this. They're talking about how you're supposed to react to it. They're talking about how to label your videos. No one is really talking about how you can maybe potentially get around the situation. And I work with a lot of individuals that are in the same arena of making videos with their children, doing unwrapping this, unboxing that, learning about children's educations or making children's cartoons and things like that. So there's a couple of different ways you can look at this. Number one, don't panic, okay? Don't panic. There's a lot of different ways that you could go around this new regulation that they have, okay? First, we have to understand why they're doing it, okay? And then we'll talk about how you can position yourself to potentially work around it. You have to actually think outside of the box. You have to take yourself and dissect the regulation that they have and find a way to position yourself outside of that box. If you want to be inside that box, go right ahead. But if you want to be able to earn income from your children's videos, then you have to think out. It's understandable that YouTube is doing this. It's amazing that it took them this long to actually come up with this new ruling or to abide by the Federal Trade Commission's ruling for children's information. And it makes sense. Think about it. YouTube is a very big, very large, enormous, grand platform for a lot of creators, okay? But the problem is there was really no filtration of how much information a child should be getting from these videos, okay? My son and I, we watch a lot of YouTube videos, okay? A lot of cartoon videos that's on YouTube, okay? And I'm not gonna name any of them at this point because I don't have permission to mention their names, okay? So we're just gonna basically have that assumption that a lot of people watch these videos. Well, those children have parents, and those children have individuals that are watching out for their well-being. And there's a lot of news around the world. And of course, here in the United States, there's a lot of news of videos that are being watched by children. And when their parents are not around, the children are mentioning to their parents that there's something inside that video that was negative, that was bad, okay? And the most recent times here in the US is that when there was a child video and then somewhere along in the middle of the video, the message, the person was actually telling these children to harm themselves. So us parents, we don't want those videos to be seen by our children. Would you agree? I mean, think about it. Why would we want our children to watch a video that could potentially harm them, right? But we don't know. We don't really think that far ahead where, you know, we're not watching these videos side by side with our children. We just expect that they would do it for us, or we expect that the child is watching something that's trustworthy, right? Well, that's not the case. So that's why these rulings are in place, especially YouTube now is such a grand scale that they want to make sure that what your children are watching are viable for their safety, that promotes safe viewing for children. And for me as a parent, I appreciate that. So you have to look at it that way. Now, on the other side of that, as a YouTuber, yes, of course, it brings a lot of concern to all of us because I myself have children's videos, right? Well, this new ruling, you can get around this. And I've done it to my channel already, because on my channel, I have certain videos that, yes, YouTube automatically marked as made for children. And then there's a lot of videos that are of my child, of my son, that are not marked for children. But clearly my son is the one that's on the video, so I know that should have been marked for children, but it's not. And when I reviewed the two categories, why is this one video marked for children versus why is this other video not marked for children? And this is what we're going to discuss. And there's no targeted ads on those videos, which means, yes, these people that have monetized channels that target children's videos and things like that, children's reviews, yes, they're going to lose millions of dollars to continue what they're doing. But they're smart enough that they discovered different ways around it. So that's what we're going to discuss. Okay, so number one, if there's a couple different ways. Stop targeting 13 and below. Well, how do I do that? My child's videos or my channel is for children. Well, again, take what I'm going to say, write it down, but think about it, because it still is going to be your channel. It's just going to be a little different so that you can be, so that you can position yourself to make income from the advertising hours and the minutes on your kid's channel. And even if it's marked as children's channel, it doesn't matter. You're not monetized. You're not making any money on it yet. But if you start now while you're not monetized, then at least by the time that you monetize, you've already done the legwork or the process so that your channel will be continued to be viewed as not for children, even if it is, but it's not. Okay, so number one, stop targeting 13 or below years of age. Okay, number two, you should be changing your thumbnails. Okay, if your current thumbnail is a picture of a child playing with a toy, then of course, right off the gate, YouTube will filter that as made for children. YouTube uses a computer system that recognizes thumbnails and what's in the thumbnail, what's the words on the thumbnail. So change your thumbnails to reflect other things besides the child or a picture of a child playing with a toy or revealing a toy or reviewing a toy. Again, there's a way around that. You can change the words on it, okay? Number two, change your channel names. One of the biggest players, or not one, two of the biggest players in the YouTube market that do toy reviews or that do toy unboxing for children, that do toy, basically something that deals with a child and a toy, they made the press announcement saying that, okay, we're changing our channel name. Instead of toy reviews, they're making it a different channel name, a more generic channel name. So some of these channels have changed it from, instead of using the word toys, they've used the word miniature. So if a child was unboxing a little toy fire truck and reviewing a little toy fire truck from a toy store, they'll say, watch us teach our child, or watch us teach a child how to learn about miniature fire trucks. The word miniature versus the word toy. Do you get it? The word miniature instead of the word toy. Find little differences between words that is targeted for kids versus targeted for adults. And earlier I said target 13 and older individuals. I'm talking about their parents. If you are trying to show a video of a child doing a review, you have to target that video to their parents so that their parents are your market category, not the child. Yes, of course, the child is still the one that's going to be watching it, but guess what? The parents are the one that's allowing that child to watch that video, which means, yes, you are targeting that parent and saying to that parent, watch our video. It is helpful for you and your kids, okay? But target the parent or anyone over the age of 13. Again, target those categories. Number 2, change your thumbnails. Number 3, change the name of the channel. Instead of saying something for kids, target their parents saying, look how much my child can learn from a miniature police car, from a miniature fire truck, oh, from a miniature ice cream cart, okay? Basically saying that you are targeting their parents, not the child itself. So that when you are monetized, guess what? When YouTube runs their algorithm, runs their software through your video will show up not made for children only. It was made for adults. And it was. It is made for adults. When you are saying, look at our video, watch our video, and how it can help you, how it can help you educate your child about safety, about cars, about tools, about a miniature playhouse, about a miniature fire truck. Okay, so you're targeting their parents, that you're saying to them that your video is educational for their children if they would allow their children to watch your video. So again, that will minimize the chances of YouTube saying that your video is strictly made for children, which it's not. You're actually making it for their parents. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4, yes, always target individuals over the age of 12 or 13. Use the teenagers, adults, and of course, their parents. Okay. The review on it, but it was not marked for children. And the only difference between the two of them are a few things. Okay, the thumbnail is the same, the video, the channel name is still the same, but I got around it because in some of his videos, I'm actually in the video with him, talking in the camera, telling my viewers, look how cool it is. My child is playing with magnetic blocks. Look at all the things that this child can learn about how magnetic blocks work, or what they can build and how they can use their imagination. So what I'm actually saying in this video is, parents, consider using these toys, using these blocks, these things to teach your kids about mechanics, about mathematics. Okay, I have a couple of videos that my son is learning his ABCs. None of those ABCs 1, 2, 3 videos that I have for my child was marked for children. Why? Is because I'm actually in the video and I'm teaching my son how to recognize the letter A, the letter B's, or the letter C's, depending on which episode it is. And I'm actually in the video talking to the camera, telling the parents or whoever's viewing the video, look, this is how you can go about teaching your son or teaching your child how to learn the A, B's, and C's, or the 1, 2s, and 3s. Okay, so that's what I noticed, that when I have the video strictly for my son, and he's the only one that's on the video, and I'm not talking in the video, he's the only one that's performing the task. Yes, all of those videos were categorized as marked for children. But those videos that I'm actually with him in the video, talking in the video, giving instructions during the video, those were never marked for. So I can still make money on those videos. And of course, there's going to be ads on those videos that are going to be more compared to a made for children video. Okay, so hopefully that can kind of help you out in those sense. So again, those are things that you can actually do. Target older individuals. Use if you write a script for your videos, use scripts that target older individuals 13 and above. Change your thumbnails. Change the channel name. If your channel name clearly shows that it is for children, change them. Okay. Target videos that are over the age of 13 years old and be a part of the video. And there are parents out there that don't want to be in the video. You can actually narrate it. Before you upload it on YouTube, the first couple of things is the beginning part of the video should be you talking to the audience and saying, in this video, you will see how I will teach my son the concept of letters. In this video, you will see my son learn the concept of how I teach my son learn the concept of, what a police car is and what a police car does, okay? Or a miniature fire truck and what fire trucks do and what are firemen, okay? So there's a lot of different ways that you can embed those messages in the video, okay? You don't actually have to be in the video, but there should be something that tells YouTube that you're not targeting the child, you're targeting their parents. Your messages are supposed to be for their parents, and your tactics and your information should be helpful to their parents, not just the children. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're a cartoon artist that you want your videos to be viewed by children. You can easily make a comment about how your cartoon characters can help their child understand the concept of whatever it is that you're doing cartoons on. It's that simple. It's not rocket science. You have to think outside of the box. If you don't think outside the box, yes, you will lose a lot of revenue. Yes, you will lose a lot of ads being placed on your videos because there's no targeted ads on a marked for children video. Okay, so all of these big players on YouTube right now, they're making all of these changes. You'll notice that they've changed their thumbnails on their videos. If they still want to make money on those videos, they'll change the thumbnails on it. Oh, but YouTube already marked it as for children. You can change that. You can basically make changes to those videos. So what these guys are doing is they're downloading their videos off of YouTube, right? Because it was marked for children. And then they're going to upload it back again like it's a brand new video, but it's not. But before they upload it, they're making changes to the video to show that it's not just for children, that it's also for their parents, and making those narration and making those announcements before the video starts. And all of a sudden, when they upload it, they don't have to put a check mark on that box. They do not put a check mark on the mark for children box because they made changes to it that attracts parents or adults instead of just population. Okay, anything that's marked for children, yes, if you're monetized, you will lose revenue. You'll still make money, but you'll make less revenue or make less income. There are no targeted ads on it. There's less income from it, and of course, your channel is still going to be viewed, but it's going to be mainly for children. It's that simple. Okay, now for the ones that make the adjustments, the one that thinks outside of the box and makes these changes for their thumbnails, their channel names, and of course making those announcements in their videos that it's for their parents to show their kids such and such, those people will have higher revenue because they can still continue making the videos that they love making, but they don't have to worry about made for children. Okay, they can still have the targeted ads like a normal channel. They will have higher income, and now their video content is still the same or similar from what they were doing before, and it's still and needs to be, and it's done right. It's that simple. Okay, so again, key important thing is renaming your topics. Dissect your topics, look at your topics, and see how you can rename it. Instead of using the word toys, miniature, and of course, if you are trying to show your child the concept of what, how much fun they can have playing with, let's say, I don't know, a portable ice cream little toy truck or a toy cart. You can just basically say something in the lines of, my child learns the concept of business while operating a miniature ice cream cart. Okay, you have to be creative. You guys are creators. You guys are video makers. You have to be creative on the other side of it. You cannot just be creative in how you make videos. You can make the greatest videos out there, but the problem is, if you do not allow yourself to be creative in the other side of this new regulation, your videos will not make as much money as it did before. And for the people that are not monetized yet, don't worry about it. Stop panicking. Continue with what you're doing right now. Even if your videos are marked for children, it doesn't matter. You know why? You're not monetized yet. Continue doing what you're doing. And then when you finally get monetized, then yes, of course, you got to worry about it. So you can either wait until you're monetized and then make all those changes to your videos later, which is going to be a lot more tedious and harder, or you can do it now. If you only have 20 or 30 videos, it's a lot easier to make those changes now than make the changes later on. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to you, right? Again, target teenagers, adults, not children. Okay, the last thing is for people that are in the gaming world. Okay, YouTube is actually being a little bit more lenient when it comes to the gaming concept or the gaming industry. They know that a lot of people out there play with a lot of games and they record it. Okay, like for example, Minecraft, Roblox. When my kids play with those things, I honestly think that they're for children, but I was very mistaken because I see a lot of adults do play with those things. They have a lot of fun with those things, and they're actually very educational. If anyone has ever played Minecraft, or correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's like Lego blocks. These kids are actually in this game building things, digging up things, building things, destroying things, and starting all over again, right? So somewhat it is an educational video. So YouTube sees this and say, look, these games are not just for children. These games, adults do play them, which means that YouTube is saying that, yes, we're not just going to categorize everyone who plays Minecraft or anyone who plays Roblox as a made for children video. They're not just going to do that. Okay. They're making a judgment call, what they call a video to video analysis, a video to video determination. They're going to analyze each video and say, yes, this is for children, or no, this is not for children. This is a normal video for older individuals. Okay. So gamers, do the same thing. Okay. Avoid targeting 13 and below, okay, and concentrate on any comments that you make during your video towards the older individuals so that you avoid the risk of being marked as made for children category. Okay, so again, these are just some of the common ways that those big players out there have done their changes and have made those announcements to their subscribers, that they're telling all their subscribers, it's okay, we're changing our name, but it's still the same channel. We're changing our descriptions on our video, but it's still the same channel. You and your family can still learn from our videos, but it's still the same company or the same creators. Okay, because they found loopholes in what YouTube is doing. Okay, so again, you've got two choices. You can either sit there and do nothing, and if you know that your content is for children, then you run the risk of being categorized as made for children. Or you can sit there and say, you know what? This guy is right. There are loopholes to this and it makes sense. So I'm going to continue making my children's videos, but I'm going to target the comments and the instructions and the descriptions towards their parents. I'm going to target those parents and explain to those parents why my video is good for them as a parent, but it's also good for their children. Okay, so do that and you're going to be fine. Like I said, I've done a lot of research on this new regulation that they're putting out on December 10th, and I just seen several videos, not just several, at least 5 or 6 videos of people explaining what it is, explaining how it works, or how to make the changes on your uploads, as far as press this button. But I have not seen anyone actually discuss other ways around it. I haven't seen anyone discuss how to get around that requirement. And there's always a way around something. So you just have to think outside the box, folks. It's not that difficult. So don't panic. I'm certainly not panicking, because right now I've got a lot of children's videos that are marked for, or not marked for children. And I have a few videos that got marked for children. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull those videos out, right? And then I'm going to re-upload them. But before I re-upload those videos, I'm going to have a description of me in the video, or me narrating the video before it starts and saying why my video would be helpful to other parents with children, right? Other parents with young children, how my video would be helpful to them and teaching their children about a certain topic. It's that simple. And I know that when I upload them, I don't have to mark it for children. Even if the content is about my child playing with something, I don't have to mark it, because I'm going to be in the video helping parents understand why my son is able to learn certain things on certain topics, or other miniature toys instead, right? Miniature. How my son learns from other toys that are out there. Okay, so again, don't panic, folks. It's not that big of a deal. It is a big of a deal, but it's really not that big of a deal if you look at it. Just find a way around it and you'll be fine. For the monetized people, if you have like 200 videos already up online, I get it. It's going to be challenging. But it is what it is. We all have to is watching something that is of value, is watching something of relevant nature to what I want my son to learn. And I feel comfortable that YouTube already is taking steps to make sure that anything that my son watches, that the content is safe, that the message is safe. So for me, I appreciate it. As a creator, is this an inconvenience? Of course it is. But again, think outside the box. Don't worry about it so much. You'll be fine. And if you're monetized, you'll continue to make money. Or if you don't make changes, at least they gave you enough warning to basically come up with another solution or another plan. So again, I hope that this video was helpful to you guys. I appreciate you watching this video, and please subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot of YouTube information that maybe would be helpful to you as well, for those YouTubers out there, whether you're monetized or not monetized yet. But nonetheless, again, thank you for your time, and we'll see you next time.